Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So every single fragrance that I wore was an absolute beast. So I have a normal amount of perfumes today. So I'm gonna jump right in. The first one that I wore is a Lattafa fragrance. So this is Lattafa Khaltaat Al Arabia, and it just says like royal blends on the front. This is one that I picked up when I did that kind of Lattafa haul from Joma Shop recently, and this one, I love how this smells out of the bottle, and I like it for maybe the first like hour that I'm wearing it, but the deep dry down of this one smells really, really weird on me. So yeah, I'm gonna end up decluttering this one because it just doesn't smell good on me. It ends up going quite masculine on me, actually, and that's really the problem. It's not that I don't like how it smells, it's that it ends up turning into a very masculine smelling fragrance on me, and I don't really love to smell masculine. So yeah, for that reason, I'll probably end up decluttering this. This thing is an absolute beast though. It will last forever. I never applied, or I didn't apply another perfume that day. This was it. It was an absolute beast. So that is Lattafa Khaltaat Al Arabia Royal Blend. Okay, next I pulled a couple out of my summer part 2. Or I wore a couple of the fragrances from my summer part 2 video because there were some that I just really wanted to wear like right away. This was one of them. This is the Jenny Glow Peony oil. This does come in a spray perfume as well. I did forget to mention that in the second part of my summer video. You can find this, and you can also find the spray perfume. I think both of them can be found on eBay. This is gorgeous. It's sweet and clean and fresh and bright, and it's an absolute monster on. I put this all over my neck and on my arms and on the back of my neck, and I smelled like this until I took a shower the next day. It is just an absolute beast. It's so beautiful. It doesn't, it's not groundbreaking or anything, but I've also never really smelled anything else quite like it. It's unique for what it is, and I just love it. It's one of the easiest reaches in my collection. It's just such an easy, no-brainer kind of fragrance, and I just adore it. And yeah, if you're just not into oils at all, they definitely have this in a spray version as well. I would love to get the spray version. I may see if I can find a bottle of the spray version. Not that I need it, because like I said, this is an absolute beast on its own. It doesn't need to be layered. It doesn't need any help, that's for sure. But I would love to see what the spray version is like, and if it lasts, and if it performs the way that this does. Oh my gosh, but yeah, this is a little gem in my collection. I absolutely love it. It's super underrated, and it's just a stunner of a fragrance. So anyways, that is Jenny Glow Peony. Okay, next I wore this oil here. This was sent over from beautiful Tatiana. This is the Child perfume. They carry this at Anthropologie. I think I linked it from Anthropologie when I talked about it in my summer video. Yeah, I finally pulled this out and wore it, and it is gorgeous on me. It works so well on my skin. In fact, once it gets on and kind of dries down, it's the kind of indolicness, that's not a word, the indolic nature of it goes away, and you're left with the most beautiful, like sweet white florals. It's very kind of vintagey smelling. It's very much like an 80s beachy white floral. It's gorgeous. It's really crisp, fresh, very realistic smelling. It's phenomenal. It's so good. I love this. And I layered it over my fresh gardenia lotion because everything because everything Sweet White Floral goes over this Fresh Gardenia lotion. I absolutely love this lotion. It is one of my favorites in all of the lotions that I've got. This is one of my favorites just because it layers so well with white florals. This was an absolute monster of a combination. It lasted forever. Definitely wasn't able to apply anything else this day. And I smelled like this until I washed it off the next morning. So yeah, love this. This is gonna be like a go-to summertime combo for me because this is just, oh my gosh, this oil is amazing. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but my goodness, is it worth it? It is really, really worth it. If you're somebody that loves those kind of vintage leaning 80s, kind of 80s style beachy white floral, oh my gosh, I think you would love this. It's amazing. So that is called Child Perfume, and then that is the Fresh Gardenia Bath & Body Works lotion, which somebody told me the sale is actually coming up. I think she left the comment yesterday saying the sale was in 2 days, so I'm thinking the sale starts tomorrow. If they have this lotion in the sale, oh my gosh, I can't recommend it enough. It's so good. So that is that. Okay, next, we had a couple really nasty days last week, downright cold. I could not believe it. I was like, holy cow, it is the end of May. I don't know that I've ever, and I've been here in South Carolina for 21 years now, and I can't ever remember a year that it stayed this cold this late. I mean, this is crazy. It is the end of May, and we had a day last week that I don't think it got above maybe 61 degrees, and it was cold and it was rainy and disgusting. It was wild. But anyways, on that day, I wore Britney Spears' Private Show, which for me was like the perfect cozy fragrance to wear on a nasty day. When it's most certainly not winter at all anymore. It is the end of spring going into summer. This was perfect for that really nasty day. This is a tester bottle, and this tester bottle is phenomenal. It performs so much better than the like regular bottle that I had. This bottle is also, the liquid is a lot darker than the original bottle that I had, which was much lighter. So I'm thinking that this one is probably older and it's deepened up a bunch, but this one lasts or performs so much better than the other one that I had. And yeah, I think this one, I want to say I got maybe 6 hours out of this or so. So actually this wasn't a beast or anything. It didn't last all day. I don't think that I can't totally remember what I did after this wore off. I'm sure I put something else on, but I can't remember. And for whatever reason, I didn't put it in my pile. I usually keep like a little pile going of what I've worn for this video. And for whatever reason, I didn't put whatever I put on after this in the pile, which was dumb. But yeah, this, I get about 6 hours out of this in the warmer weather. When it's really, really cold out, I can get even more time than that, maybe 8 hours or even longer. It performs really well in pretty cold weather, but it was still like 61 degrees that day. So it wasn't like freezing. It was cold and it was nasty for the time of year. But anyways, that is Britney Spears' Private Show. I love it. Next, the following day after that really nasty day, it was still pretty chilly and it was really windy that day. So it was like the perfect day for Pure Poison from Dior. Pure Poison, if I wear this in the like heat, it does not last at all. I cannot smell it for very long. It's like the heat this is no match for the heat. Pure Poison definitely works much better on me in the colder weather. So it was like a perfect day for cold. I think it was like 63 that day or something, which is the perfect day for this. This is an absolute monster of a fragrance on me if it's the right weather. I smelled like this until I washed it off the next morning. It's an absolute beast. I do have the original formulation though. I'm not totally sure what the new formulation performs like. So I couldn't tell you, but this original formulation performs amazingly well on in kind of chillier weather. So yeah, I love this. It is the most beautiful, sweet, clean, white floral fragrance, but leaning more clean than white floral. It's warm and it just smells amazing. It smells so classic, just like most Dior's do. It's another, like, it's just another winner from Dior. I love it so much. Let me know if you guys want a whole video on all of my Dior fragrances. I think I've done a video like that before, but I have more. I have more Dior's now than I did back then. So yeah, I think that would be a fun video. I can go through all my Miss Dior Cheries, and just like all of my, I've got a bunch of the minis from the, whatever that higher line is. Yeah, and it might be fun to go through all those. But anyways, yeah, I love this. This is a monster of a fragrance in the right weather, and I just think it's such a beautiful, classic fragrance. So that is Pure Poison from Dior. Okay, and then on the last kind of chilly day, I pulled out one of my Cocopink fragrances that I really wanted to test, that I really didn't get a chance to test this past winter, and it was chilly enough that I could totally wear this. This is from Cocopink, and this is called Myrrh Coffee. Oh my gosh, is this stunning. It's definitely got more than just myrrh and coffee in it, but it smells like a creamy, nutty, kind of slightly resinous coffee fragrance. This was an absolute beast on me. This lasted all day, all night. I don't know that I could smell it when I took a shower the next day, but this lasted the entire day. It was all I could smell all day. It's like a yummy, rich, thick, sweet, nutty coffee. It's such a good one. This is one that I would highly recommend to anybody that loves gourmand fragrances, that likes coffee fragrances, and that's looking for something that is going to be a beast, that's going to last forever, that you don't have to spray on more than once in the day. I know a lot of gourmands just don't last very long on. This is one that absolutely does. It's amazing. I would feel completely confident recommending this to people or buying a full bottle myself, because it lasts forever. It's such a good performing fragrance, and it's hit or miss with Cocopink. Some of them perform really, really well, some of them not so well. I am really trying to be cognizant of which ones perform really well and which ones don't, so that I can let you guys know, so that you don't waste money buying, or so that you don't waste time or money, because Cocopink has such an extensive library of fragrances. Like, they have so many scents that I want to help everybody out with knowing which ones are good and which ones to kind of steer clear from. This is one of the good ones. It's really good. Yeah, this one is definitely more of like a cold weather fragrance. It's a very heavy fragrance, which is my favorite. I love a good heavy fragrance, even in the summertime. I really don't care. Yeah, this is a good one though. So anyways, that is Cocopink Myrrh Coffee. And then last but not least, this is another one of my summer fragrances, or another fragrance from my summer video. This is Ralph Lauren Beyond Romance. This is beautiful. This is it's like a slightly floral, raspberry, like creamy raspberry fragrance. It's really gorgeous. It's the closest thing to an actual raspberry based fragrance that I've got in my collection. I don't really have anything else that smells like raspberry, except for I've got like a Kais fragrance called like, I can't even, Framboise something, and it's definitely a raspberry fragrance, but as far as like, having a full bottle of something, this is the only full bottle that I have that even slightly resembles raspberries. So yeah, I love this one. This one lasts a really long time too. I do find that this one does a little bit better in more temperate weather, like kind of, temperate, leaning on the cool side. but it still does fine in heat. Even in the heat, I can get, I don't know, 6 hours out of it or so. And yeah, I love this one. I just came across when I was linking these fragrances for my summer video, I came across another bottle of this on Mercari. Somebody was selling a bottle for $16. I was so tempted. I was so tempted to buy a backup bottle, but I was like, no, Sarah, you've got hundreds of bottles of perfume. You do not need backup bottles. That is silly. So I did not buy it. Hopefully somebody will find it and snatch it up because it's an amazing perfume. I love it. This and Tender Romance are the best in the romance line, in my opinion. I just love them. This is such a beautiful, creamy, warm, sweet berry fragrance. I love it. So anyways, that is Ralph Lauren Beyond Romance. And that is going to be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.